Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black channel here, Ticker Talker, and if it's Tuesday, it's the Strat Attack Show, so let's get into the Urban Assault Vehicle and see what's going on. We got a brand new year here, and new quarter, new month, all that kind of stuff, and we're starting off, remember the bad ticker here in the spy, we're starting off as an inside day following an outside day, the 3-1 Chicago coming, and so we want to see either side of this. We're closer to taking out this. The question is, are we going to be strong enough to take out the outside bar, and so we'll see. It's brand new. We're starting everything over. We've got the runoff going on in Georgia. That's probably going to have something to do with it, and so all that kind of good stuff. Go to QQQ. The same. Got some more distance to take this out, so we'll see. And the good thing about knowing that it's an inside day, right? So today we had a pretty good idea we were going to stay inside. So one of the good things about the Qs is if you're going to get some action, you just hold off. Look at this. Inside, inside, inside 60, and boom, take all these guys out with one shot. Anybody short Qs, I'm going to be sure to get to the pivot, in the pivot, in the pivot, in the pivot. Boom, one shot, and they're gone. But we'll see over there. Small cappers, a little closer here. On the inside day, almost there. So small cappers a lot closer. Diamonds here in the middle like everything else. So we'll see either side of that what goes on, because you got like the Fanger stock still doing nothing. Facebook inside day, but we know like the Facebook and the Netflix and all this stuff is inside quarters, right? Amazon. So we really want to see the monthly and the quarterly breaks. Netflix, Nvidia, still all stuck right here in the middle. So those things down the road might have something to say about it. You've got Microsoft right now, still an inside month, inside quarter. One of the things you do have is some of these things taking out last week's lows and staying down, but not by much. And so you can see here inside day for Microsoft. So I want to see if that continues to that downside on the break. Apple the same. Here you can see this on the weekly. 2 up, 2 down, but it's only Tuesday, and now you got inside days on a Tuesday. So the inside days on a Tuesday are like a do-over, right? You had your opening punch on Monday, then you go inside, and then either side of these inside days, really going to get our attention. And then as the day goes on tomorrow, we want to see how much of this concentration breaks to the upside and how much breaks to the downside. That's going to give us the indication of where we're going. All right, so if we go to NTES, one of the few, the proud, inside month and up, and so the hopes is here, take this out and go to the highs. There's your outside, inside, boom, 312, and looking at 103.53. If we can take that out, it's a little bit more on that. JD goes blasting into the highs off the inside Momo hammer here, and one of the good things about the JD here is if you go to the daily, you're going to see this. The 2 downers, you had your corrective activity, and then boom, right back through here. So when you combine that with the monthly signal, that's when you get this strength, opening almost right on the lows and then blasting off like that. So exhaustion risk by going to the highs, but we'll see. That's still good for the rest of the month. Another good thing about an inside day is we can see the concentration of the sector rotation. And so heavily sector rotation today, XLE, the energies. Been doing nothing forever, inside weeks. Right, and so we go to OIH here, you can see the same. And so one of the things that's a little different this time, if you've fallen for the old, going for the oil trap and have it fail on you so many times, the difference is now you got a new year and a new quarter, right? And so as we go up here, you have full time frame continuity with your monthly, weekly, daily. You have a weekly signal, and now you're green on the year and the quarter. That's a little bit different than last year, because last year a lot of this stuff was inside and down year, and so that's a big difference. So on the weeklies here, we've got stuff like Marathon, MRO is going inside, weekend up, Oxy here, Slob, and so you might have heard me talk about a simultaneous break. And that can occur in many ways. It can be the futures, it can be all the stocks, or it can also be time specific, like why we watch those inside 60s to see how many of those 60s break in one direction. In this case, it's a sector specific simultaneous break. Almost every oil stock is taking out last week's highs. So that's what this is. Chevron, yeah, Exxon is not inside, I don't believe, but had another nice day. We'll see. SLCA is inside, weaken up. You have Patterson Energy, also on the inside weaken up, Amarada Hess. You've got NOV and the OIHers. You've got CLR. Here you've got LPI. Here, the nice move. OIS going down the food chain here, so you can see it's pretty near everybody, and WLL there, but so that means you can watch even the big boys and PXDs and your conchos and stuff like that. So we'll see if that continues tomorrow. If we take a look at Abbott Labs, trying to just barely coming out of this inside week, but the reason that's going to be important is if it can hold, try and take this hammer counter shooter 222 monther here, and that's going to be a 109.67, right? So another thing that we watch here is when you have a day like this in the SPY yesterday here, there's a reason why we come in today and we want to look at when it starts rallying back, anybody taking out yesterday's highs. Why? Because they got what they wanted. They're short, right? The market got waxed, right? And so they can stay short. But you come in the next day and you take this out and the market starts rallying back, you're screwed. SWAV here. Stayed inside day yesterday and then boom, right in their face. And that's going to give you this, the inside weekly Momo Hammer and up, Rico Suave Gerardo, SWAV. If we go to Thermo, little tight in here, but it is inside week to the upside, and the reason we're going to keep an eye on that one is just because you can also get this month. Now, you got a big bar to get out of here, but the month here is be 482.20 above that, so you got a little bit more room if we're going to take that out. You got Lulu, and Lulu still inside in the month, and we're going to respect that, but we do have this on the weekly. The inside bar, counter down, rev strat, bam, back up, so long as it's over 356 for the rest of the week. If we go to gold, gold gaps up and just kind of sitting here right now, and gold does this on the daily, just slowly chugging up. But the reason that's important is that puts like all this gold and all the stocks inside and up on the month, so you can have your Newmonts and your GDXs and all that kind of stuff also going inside month and up, so potential simultaneous break for the golds. If we go to BSX, Boston Scientific, just taking out last month's highs inside month to the upside, so that gets my attention, especially when, like I said, the market got waxed on Monday to start off, and you're still taking out those highs. That's good for you. SBH, also slightly taking out last month's inside bar to the upside. You had Tiger, and Tiger taking out last month's highs, and you can see this had 2 consecutive nice days here, right in their face, going up. So you might want to keep an eye on that strength as well. If we go to the DraftKings, so the DraftKings goes outside bar here on the bottom of the broadening formation. So this could be really interesting to see if this starts ripping back through here, because, or if it fails, it would be rev strat to the downside here if it goes back down below 45.71. So looking either way on the DraftKings there. A little bit of the weeds, CGC for the week right now. 2 down, 2 up. And that's important because the market got waxed yesterday, but it was up, and it was up a little bit today. We know these things fail too, a lot. But once again, new year, new quarter, everything green as far as we know. If we go to the downside, we have the Solars, FSLR, and here's your rev strat inside, up, down on the day. That was nice, which also gives you the 212 inside reversal here. So you can watch the CSIQs of the world to see if that can break it. SunPower here to see if that can get down there. SunPower just kind of sitting here like this. These guys in here. So the question is, can we get the down sideways measured move and wipe them out? We're going to find out tomorrow. If we go to the cheese ketchup here, Kraft Heinz. You got your inside bar, your poke up and down. Not a big try magnitude, but we'll see if anything more comes of that. You can watch that with some XLP and stuff like that. Go to Oracle. Oracle's an inside week to the downside. You'd have a long way to go to not be an inside month. But if we start to crater again, it's got my attention on the inside week and down. If you go to Cyber, one of them 2-2 downs, 2-2 reversals on the weekly. Right now, just kind of sitting here. But it is a reversal on the weekly, so that's got my attention. You can watch QLYS. Also trying to drop off the inside week here. If we go to Boeing. Boeing, interesting here. Now, Boeing is an inside week to the downside, but rallied back today. So we want to see if that sets up the rev strat to come back all the way back through, or do we go 2 down, 2 up, and take out this low and then get cremated? So right now, that's kind of an either way on that one. FIS, inside week to the downside. That's holding so far, and market rallies back today. So here you can see today we rallied back on the market, but you can see this falling down. You got real sellers in there, so we got inside week and down once again. FIS. If we go to the REITs, VNQ having some problems here. Not the end of the world, but you can see this staying down, and then we can watch this here. This inside day here, down here, closer to the lows, and you can see triple N here. That's also weak and downer right here, so you can watch a bunch of the REITs to see if that continues. If we go to the utilities, also having a little bit of trouble here. You can see that takes out yesterday's lows, so we'll see if anything more comes of that. Not the end of the world just yet. Also on the cyber, you got Palo Alto right now going inside day, and that's slightly inside week to the downside, so you can watch all those together. ARWR here, inside week to the downside in the bios, with an inside day for IBB today, so we'll see what comes of that. And we've got VeriSign, VRSN. VeriSign having some problems today too, and you can see this rev strat week, inside bar pokes up and bam, coming back through previous range. We'll see if that gets any worse. If we go to Splunk, a little conflicted here. Splunk is inside week to the downside and trying to come back. It does poke down a little bit, but we'll see what the next two is on that. Little concentration here in home builders, and home builders DHI here. You've got inside month to the downside. You got that with Pulte Home, and you got that with KBH here. So starting to creak here is the home builders. If we go to the trannies going to be interesting here too, because they took out last month's lows. Now they tried to come back today and go inside day. So we'll see how that gets handled, or do we re-break that month. ODFL is an inside month to the downside here, and we knew they were losing FedEx last month here, and finishes the job. There's a compound outside bar, and then UPS here coming back through here in the rev strat month, inside, up, boom, rev strat month down for UPS right there, so we can watch that. We'll see if the airlines re-break here. You got United flirting with that month to the downside, 2-2 reversal, but early in the month, obviously, we got some news coming out. Inside day's got a break. All right, that's going to do it for this week. I'm Rob. So this was Black Channel here at Ticker Tacker with the Strat Attack.